This. This is a desert camp in the Sahara. And I'm here as a photographer trying to capture some pictures of the desert and the sand dunes and all that. But I did it taking a tourist tour from Marrakesh. And is it possible to do that as a photographer? To capture images even though you're on a tour that has a schedule, that has a guide, and so on? Well, follow along and I'll show you. But first, let me take you from the beginning.
Well, the beginning was quite boring. Picked up at about 7 o'clock in Marrakesh and then a long bus ride. The driver did stop a few times for coffee and toilet and so on, and also stopped in the beautiful Atlas Mountains for us to take photos. After about 5 hours of driving, we finally reached our first destination, 8 Benedou. This ancient fortified village, or Xar, is probably more than 1,500 years old and have been filming location for plenty of blockbuster movies such as Gladiator, Game of Thrones, Indiana Jones, and many more. Now there are only 8 families living in this old village, which was very hard to photograph in the harsh daylight, but an interesting sight to see though.
And the last stop, the first day, of course, is the hotel. This is on the way to the desert, but it's not far from the desert anymore. It's just a couple of hours of driving until we reach Sahara tomorrow. And the hotel looks pretty nice so far. I haven't seen the room yet, but I'm waiting for the sunset. Of course I am. There's a rather nice valley in front of me, and the sun is just setting, so I'm trying to capture. I hope I get a good sky, so I can capture a nice picture of this valley.
The second day, breakfast was served at 7:30 and then off in the bus again. A very uncomfortable bus, I might say. The driver, Mohammed, was great. Good driver, funny and nice guy. But the bus itself, not a very pleasant ride. And off to Sahara, I thought, but I was wrong. We did one more longer stop, which I didn't enjoy at all. You can read about it on my website if you like. Link is in the description, of course. And then finally we reached the desert.
Well, I reached Sahara. I don't think it's going to be much photography today, but I'm hoping for a good sunset. Hope. Yeah, and they put this on. And if you think it looks funny, it's because I'm looking funny in it. The natives, they look great in it. They are super cool. It isn't so easy. We're just stopping for a short while, and the sunset isn't there yet. And I'm trying to find some lines on these hills. It's a magical place. So I'm happy to be here, but it's hard to take photos. But I'm gonna try and take a picture anyway and see if I can edit in some colors. I have no idea if I got any good pictures of this trip, and everything is like dusty, my GoPro and my camera, so I have to clean them. It's a lot of sand in Sahara if you didn't know it, it's a lot of sand. 10-hour bus ride back to Marrakesh from Merzouga. Not recommended. Well, it is recommended because the desert was amazing. It was really nice to be there in the sand dunes, even though this is a touristy tour. And this morning the light was really good as well, so I took a couple of pictures. But a few of those pictures I really like, especially as a memory and maybe a story, maybe an Instagram post. I'm not sure if they are portfolio material, but this trip wasn't to get portfolio images. If I would go to the desert again looking for portfolio images, I would probably rent a car and go myself. But then I would lose the experience of meeting all these friends that I've got on this trip, and also the convenience to have a tour leader, a guide that shows you around. So it was a good trip. For a photographer, it was a decent trip, not an excellent trip. Please leave a comment and please subscribe. Thanks for watching.